Our bedroom is pretty nice already, but we can make it even better. So, let's get started. Loud noises! The plan is pretty simple. We're going to use a few IKEA products to create more storage while making the room look a little more modern. For the walls, we're using Billy bookcases and EKET cabinets. I'll also be mounting everything to our wooden slat wall. And that's probably going to hurt because I really love that wall. This project is split into 2 videos. In this one, we are building and installing all the wall storage on both sides of the bedroom. In part 2, we'll replace the old desk with IKEA's midzone desk. Before we can build the new wall storage, this old display cabinet has to go. This is the old IKEA Detolf cabinet. It has served us well, but we have always been a little worried that something might happen to the glass, because the whole cabinet is basically made of glass. So we decided it was time to move on and replace it with something else. The builder shelves won't be quite as display-like, but they will still serve their purpose and give us a lot more storage. Now we just need to remove the door. It's held in place by just a few screws. Then we'll take off the top, and after that the whole thing basically comes apart. First up is the Billy bookcase. We went with the 40 x 28 x 202 cm version, basically the smallest one available. We're not adding any doors either, just a simple open bookcase. And of course it's black, so it should blend in really well with the slat wall. So, on to the actual build. I always start my IKEA builds by sorting all the parts and hardware. Once everything is organized, we can start assembling. The first step is to insert the wooden dowels into these pieces. If you're having trouble getting them in, just use a hammer and gently tap the dowels into place. Next, we install the cam screws into the side panels. Then we can put the pieces with the wooden dowels into one of the side panels. Don't do what I did here. The holes on the top piece should be facing upwards, not downwards. Now we can add the cam blocks and twist them to secure everything in place. And then we do the exact same thing on the other side. And now for the final part of the assembly, the back panel. We start by sliding it into the grooves with the black side facing down, of course. IKEA uses these little plastic anchors to secure the back panel. Just put one in the hole, tap in the pin, and it expands to hold the panel firmly in place. The final 3 steps are to get the bookcase in position, make sure it's level, and secure it to the wall. I'll install the shelves later once the EKET cabinets are in place. The bookcase is now level, but the brackets IKEA provides are just not the right color, so let's fix that quickly. That's better. Now, this part is very easy. Just screw the brackets to the bookcase and then to the wall. The brackets are extra long, so you can adjust the distance between the wall and bookcase if needed. Now we move on to the EKET cabinets. They're pretty straightforward to build, but you have to assemble them in the right order. And obviously you want a hard surface underneath the cabinet. It's divided into 5 parts, 4 side panels and a back panel. You need to start with the panel marked 1 on the back. That's important, or it won't work. The way these panels lock together is pretty simple. 2 panels have these small plastic pins which fit into the holes on the other panels. Push them together, then press down to lock them in place. And this is where the hard surface underneath comes in handy, because you need to press down quite firmly to lock the panels together. And I'm stupid enough not to use one here. Somehow I managed to get it in place by hitting the panel, and that fucking hurts.
Just tap it in. Just tap it in. Give it a little tappy.
Stupid. Anyway, once the 2 side panels are hooked on, it's time to slide in the back panel, just as we did with the build bookcase. And here's the catch. This is why you have to start with the piece marked with number 1. The groove on this piece is deeper, so the back panel can slide in further. This gives you enough room to push the last panel down without hitting the back panel. And the final part of the assembly is to pull the back panel down from the number 1 position. Then we insert these small locking clips into the holes on each side. Once they're locked in place, they secure the back panel and keep it firmly in place. To mount the EKET on the wall, we're going to use IKEA's EKET suspension rail. It's sold separately from the cabinet and makes mounting it a lot easier. And the best part is, you won't see it once the cabinet is in place. The set comes with the suspension rail, 2 mounting brackets, adjustment screws and the locking pieces needed to attach the brackets to the cabinet. First, we attach the adjustment screws to the brackets. These can be used to level the cabinet later. Then we push the brackets into the back corners of the EKET. The metal tab slides between the cabinet frame and the back panel, holding them in place. Finally, we lock the brackets using these plastic pieces. Push the plug in first, then the pin into the center. And these are pretty damn tight. I recommend pushing the pin halfway in first, then using a hammer to tap it the rest of the way. And that's it! Now it's time to mount the EKET on the wall. IKEA provides a template that's exactly the same size as the cabinet. They've even marked the holes that line up with the holes on the suspension rail, making it easy to see exactly where you need to drill. The template needs to be perfectly level, so I'll use my laser level and line it up with the vertical lines of the crosses marking where the holes should be drilled. And then I'll drill the holes using a smaller drill bit and screw the bracket into place. Easy. All that's left is to lower the EKET onto the suspension rail and we're done. Once the EKET was on the wall, I checked if it was level, and of course it wasn't. To adjust it, you screw the adjustment screws down until they press against the suspension rail. This allows you to raise or lower each side of the cabinet independently. According to the manual, you're supposed to lift the front edge of the cabinet forward, not upwards, and then tap each side to release the bracket. Sounds easy enough. Except I could only get the left side to release. After beating the living shit out of the cabinet for a while, I eventually gave up. Somehow it ended up slightly more level than before. So I'm calling that a win. The next EKET was much easier. The plan was to place it directly on top of the first one with the side touching the builder shelf. So I positioned it where I wanted it, marked the top edge of the wall and then placed the template against that line. I taped the template in place and repeated the same process as with the first cabinet. The last piece of the puzzle will rest on the second cabinet. but extend out to the right. For this one I used my small spirit level inside the cabinet to make sure it was level. Then mark the top of the edge on the wall, and the rest you already know. Everything is finally up on the wall, at least on my side of the bed. The last thing left to do is install the shelves in the building bookcase and put everything back in its place.
Bring me into golden sunlight. If I'm going with you, I know we'll get to the other side.
To install the shelves, we just push the shelf pins into the desired holes and then do the same on the other side. Here I'm using my small spirit level to quickly find the matching hole. Usually you end up choosing one hole higher or lower on the other side, and that's just annoying.
Never the same.
And now we do exactly the same on the other side of the bed. First I had to clear out all the stuff in the corner, and then I installed the building again. But this time I ran into a small obstacle. The floor was seriously uneven here, so I had to shim the crap out of the bookshelf. After that I just continued as usual, installing the cabinets one after another. And we're finally done. I couldn't be happier with how it turned out. It looks much more stylish, and we finally have somewhere to put all of figurines and other stuff. In the future I might add some kind of lighting to this storage solution, so if you have any good ideas, let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.